Look at this beautiful picture. The whole lot of greenery. There is a sun which is giving earth the life. The whole life is based on the sun's energy, heat energy. So we are going today to discuss about the heat, how it plays an important role in our life. In winter mornings, when you get outside your house and touch different objects like a chair or like metals or something else, you feel a little bit difference in their temperatures. Even though they all exist in the same place for a long time being, there will be a difference in their temperatures. Metal objects are a little bit colder than wooden and plastics. For example, let's take a wooden piece and a metal piece and keep it in the refrigerator for about half an hour and get it outside and place your hand on it. You will feel a little bit colder when you place your hand on the metal piece than on the wooden piece. There will be a little temperature difference, though they lie both in the same refrigerator for the same time. Around a campfire, we feel a little bit warmer than the surroundings due to the heat. Let us check how you feel the heat. Take 2 glasses of water, one with cold water and the other with hot water. Now place your finger in the cold water. You feel a bit coldness. When you place your finger in hot water, you feel warmness. From this activity, we can say that when you dip your hand in cold water, the energy in your hand gets out of your body into the cold water and you get a feeling of coldness. Similarly, when you dip your hand in hot water, the energy from the water flows into your body, so you get a feeling of hotness. From this, we can say that heat is a form of energy that flows from a body at higher temperature to lower temperature, whereas the degree of hotness or coldness of a body that you feel is called temperature. Let us check how heat energy flows out. For this activity, take 2 glasses. Fill one with ice water and the other with hot water. Let them be A and B. Measure the temperatures using thermometers. Ice water is measuring to be 0 degrees centigrade, whereas hot water is 70 degrees centigrade. After half an hour, you will be noticing that ice has turned into water and the hot water has turned into a cold water. Whereas A has gained some temperature from the room and whereas B has lost its temperature to the room. Both are measuring to be at room temperature 26 degrees centigrade. From this activity, we can say that both the objects A and B attain same temperature as they are in equilibrium with room temperature. A has gained its temperature from the room, whereas B lost its temperature to the room. Let C be the room temperature. A 0 degrees centigrade of ice water has now turned into 26 degrees centigrade with the room temperature. It means A is equal to C. Similarly, hot water has turned into 26 degrees of water, which is also at room temperature. So we can say B is equal to C. From this, we can say A is equal to B and A, B, C are in thermal equilibrium. We can say A, B, C at thermal equilibrium. Let us check how heat energy flows from a hot body to a cold body. For this experiment, take a beaker and fill it with 200 ml of hot water. And above it, fill again with 200 ml of coconut oil at room temperature. Now keep thermometers in both the liquids. Let it be A and B. And we can see A will be measuring up to 32 degrees and B is measuring up 80 degrees centigrade. After some time, we are able to see that both the temperatures in the A and B are being equal. From this, we can say that heat energy is itself that flows from the hot body to a cold body, whereas temperature decides the direction of the flow of this energy. From the above activities, we can say heat and temperature are different. Heat is a thermal energy and it is the amount of energy that flows into or out of an object. It has two types of units of measurements. In SI units, it is measured in joules. In CGS units, it is as calorie. And 1 calorie is equal to 4.186 joules. Roughly in calculations, we use 4.2 joules. Heat energy is itself that flows, whereas temperature is the measurement of hotness or coldness of a body. It is the average molecular motion in the given system. Its units are Celsius, Kelvin, Raman, and so on. But in this chapter, we use Celsius denoted by small t and Kelvin denoted by capital T. And the difference between these two temperatures are capital T is equal to small t plus 273. For example, ice at 0 degrees centigrade in Kelvin scale is 273 Kelvin. It decides the direction of flow of the heat. Units of heat. In SI units, it is measured in joules, and in CGS units, it is measured in calories. And 1 calorie is equal to 4.186 joules. And 1 calorie is the amount of heat required to raise 1 gram of water temperature by 1 degree centigrade. Calorie is the amount of heat required to raise 1 degree centigrade temperature of 1 gram of water. Units of temperature are both Kelvin, capital T, and Celsius, small c. And capital T is equal to small t plus 273. Let us check how heat plays an important role in raising the internal energy of a substance. For this activity, take 2 glasses of water, one filled with cold and other with hot water, and add 2 scoops of sugar to both of them and stir well. You can see in the cold water the disappearing does not take place faster, whereas in the hot water the total sugar disappears quite fast. So, dissolving happens faster in a hot body. So, from the above activity we can say the color or grains jiggling occurs more in a hot water compared to the cold one. Motion of molecules is more in a hot body than that of a colder one. So, from this we can say kinetic energy is directly proportional to absolute temperature. KE, kinetic energy, is proportional to absolute temperature, capital T. Let us check how temperature rise happens in a substance. For this, take a large beaker filled with water at 80 degrees centigrade and take 2 test tubes, one with water at room temperature and the other with coconut oil at room temperature. Keep thermometers in both of them to be reading the same temperatures.
After some time, you will notice there will be a gradual increase in the temperature of the liquids. But when compared to water, the rise of temperature in coconut oil is a large. This means the temperature rise is depending on the nature of the substance. So we can say the heat absorbed by a substance is directly proportional to the nature of the substance. And also we can say that Q is proportional to S, where Q is the heat and S is the specific heat of the substance. Let us check with another activity how heat is related to mass of a substance. For this activity, take 2 beakers with 1000 grams of water and 250 grams of water. Let it heat both to a temperature of 45 degrees centigrade. On constant heating, we notice that the amount of heat required for 1000 grams of water to reach 45 degrees centigrade is more when compared to 250 grams of water. From this, we can conclude that heat required for a substance is directly proportional to its mass. If mass is more, the heat required to raise its temperature is also more. We can say Q is directly proportional to M. Let us do another activity how the heat and temperature are related. For this activity, take 2 beakers of water, each 250 grams, at room temperature 35 degrees centigrade. Now, let the first beaker temperature be raised to 45 and second beaker be raised to 65 degrees. From this, we can observe the more the temperature is required, the more the amount of heat is utilized. From this, we can say that heat is directly proportional to absolute temperature. From the last 3 activities, we can say that heat absorbed by a body is directly proportional to its mass. That is, Q is directly proportional to M. Next, heat absorbed is directly proportional to change in the absolute temperature. That is, Q is proportional to delta T, change in temperature. By combining these two equations, we can say Q is proportional to M delta T or Q is equal to M S delta T, where S is the specific heat of the substance. We can rewrite the equation Q is equal to Ms delta T as S is equal to Q by M delta T, where S is the specific heat of the substance taken, and SI units of specific heat is joules per kilogram Kelvin, and its CGS units is calorie per gram degrees centigrade. Have you ever been to an ocean? Have you observed? Have you sat on the rocks and gone into the ocean? Yes, you might have. The rocks are a little bit in higher temperature than to the temperature of water. Do you know why the reason is? Yes, it is the specific heat of the substance. Rocks absorb heat and raises the temperature, whereas the water does not raise its temperature. Yes, oceans are at the equatorial region and absorb more heat without probable rise in temperature, and they transport the heat to areas closer to the north and south poles which are cooler. So, oceans are said to be the storehouses of earth of heat. Have you ever observed things or substances brought out of a refrigerator do not attain the room temperature faster? For example, when you bring a watermelon out of the fridge and keep it for some time also, the watermelon is not brought into room temperature. Do you know the reason? Yes, it retains its coolness more time than any other fruit because it has water in more quantity in it. Have you ever had a samosa? Samosa appears to be cool outside, but it is hot. Do you know why the reason is? Because all the ingredients in it is of high in water quantity. So, as for the water, the high specific heat, it retains its temperature, and so the inner part of the samosa is very hot.